Alrighty, so today we are working on a draft input in Chesapeake, so it's going into Rein and Dash. So we're going to go ahead and open up Rein, go to the matrix login, and we are going to go right up here to the top and select Input, Add New. It is a residential listing. What I like to do is I like to fill from realist tax. It just auto-populates some of the information for you, so it just makes it a little bit easier in my opinion. So you're going to select Chesapeake City, and then you're going to go over here and put in the tax ID number. And then you're going to search. It should pop up like this, and then you're going to select Fill. Alrighty, and the first listing agent is going to be Chris Weaver. The second listing agent on this property is Donia. So we're going to put in her agent ID and refresh, and it'll pop up their information. So the selling broker fee is 3%. Buyer broker is yes. Sub agent is no. No. She didn't select which lockbox type that it is, but more than likely it's a Rein lockbox, and if that needs to be changed later, we can do that as well. Call 1-800-SHOWING for the showing instructions. Then we're going to switch over to the location tab, and it kind of pre-filled out a little bit of the information, the parcel ID number, the zip code. So if you go down here and you notice there's nothing for these drop down menus for the school, that's because we don't have an area selected yet. So once you put in that area, it'll pull up the schools within that area. So this is street. So this is area 32. Subdivision is Woods of Deep Creek. Neighborhood, Woods of Deep Creek. And then the city is Chesapeake. And put in the lot description, or the legal description. And then the crash and noise, that is part of the ACUS. So now there's an option to select schools. And then we're going to switch over to property. It is detached. What I like to do when I'm doing a draft is I like to leave the list price blank, as well as leave the list date and the expiration date for a number of reasons. One, they could always end up changing their mind on the price, or maybe photos get pushed back and the live date changes, and it's just couple things less that you have to go back and change, as well as it prevents you from accidentally going down here and submitting the listing, like making it live, because this is just a draft, it's not ready to go live yet, and if we end up making it live on accident and having to withdraw it and then relist it again, we end up getting a fine. So this is just like a precautionary thing that I like to do to cover my butt and make sure that no mistakes are made. So moving on, and all this information is normally filled out on the data input sheet form, so you're really just going in and changing anything that's different. So the Realist Tax filled out a few of these things like the square footage, but it was off by a few. So we're just going to go off of the data input sheet. And then you just really fill in the missing blanks. And everything that's highlighted yellow is required for it to go live. So there has to be something there. And one thing that you never want to do is put the owner's phone number on there, so make sure that's always blank. There is no association. This is city, sewer, and water. And it's an electric water heater. And the only disclosures that we have marked is that DPOR, so that's a disclosure statement. And then we're going to move into features. And this is just, it's pretty self-explanatory. You just go in and check off everything that's marked on the data input sheet. Walk-in closet, window treatments, appliances, dishwasher, dryer hookup, electric range, refrigerator, and a washer hookup. There's a patio, and let's see, there is no pool. Backyard fenced, it's a full. Not waterfront. There's no view. Cable hookup, ceiling fan. And to move on to parking. Garage attached, one car. 4 space, off street and driveway space. This is forced hot air, central air. It has storm doors and vinyl. The roof is asphalt shingle. The style is traditional. Slab foundation. There is a main floor laundry. And then it is carpet and laminate. So we're going to move over to rooms. There's 6 rooms total. Marketing, the only thing that you need to do here is put the photo code, which is listing agent office uploads own photos. That's us. We upload our own photos whenever we make it live. She didn't fill out any of the financial information, so it auto-populated the taxes. We can leave that for now, and if it's wrong whenever she checks the draft for accuracy, if she needs it to be changed, she can just let us know. And possession is usually settled. So we are finished with the Rein input. We're going to save as incomplete. And then we're going to move on to the dash input. But first, if you ever want to come back to that information, this little drop down menu right here, you're going to select My Office Incomplete Listings because it hasn't gone live yet. And here it is, Gruen Street. You're going to click on it. The way that my computer is set up, I have to print to PDF. So I'm going to download and save to my desktop. And then just save it as Rein draft. And we are going to go in right here go to Documents Unsorted. We're going to upload that. Where is it? There we go. And now we're going to move on to the dash draft. Okay, so this is what it'll look like when you log in. You're going to add a residential sale listing. It is residential and it is single family detached. For property style, they have it as 2-story. So then you just select go. And from here, you just fill in the information. The address is 219 Gruen Street. Or Gruen Street. It is in Chesapeake, Virginia, and then the zip code is 23323. And then the neighborhood is Woods of Deep Creek. So Donia is located at our Lynn Haven office, so we're going to select that as the listing office. In here, you just you put in the Rein MLS number. It just syncs the information together when it goes live. So 101-687-19. And again, I'm just going to leave the price and the list date open on this as well. So moving on to the bedrooms. There's 3 bedrooms, 2.5 baths. Square footage is 1,700. 0.18 acres. We don't know the tax information. The Woods of Deep Creek. The property name is usually the same as the neighborhood. Unless they say otherwise, you can just put the same. So Chris Weaver is going to be the sales associate when it's a team member. If they're independent agents, then it'll be under their own name, but Donia is a part of the team. So the sales associate will be Chris Weaver. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the features. This one is pretty self-explanatory as well. Let's see. So this is 11 to 20 years old. The basement is slab. Fireplace, there was no fireplace. The garage is a 1-car garage. The lot size is under 1/2 acre. Sewer and water is city. And then we jump right down to garage description, which it is an attached garage. And then we start back at appliances. So dishwasher, range oven, refrigerator. Next is area description, suburban. Bath features, stall, shower, and tub. Tub only, tub and shower. The next thing that we have is cooling. That is central AC. Exterior. Nothing there. Exterior description, vinyl siding. And then exterior living space. There's an enclosed porch, a patio, porch. And then we move on to fence. Fenced yard, flooring, wall-to-wall carpet, and laminate. General is next. There's ceiling fans, a smoke detector, storage area, and window treatments. So heating fuel type, it's electric. Heating type is forced air. Interior is next. Blinds are included and walk-in closet. Next, kitchen features. There is an island, an eat-in kitchen, and then it looks like the next thing that we have is going to be pre-wiring, cable. Then we're going to go down to roof, asphalt shingle roof, and that looks to be about it. So then we're going to go over to property details, and it's owner occupied. Let's see. It was built in 1998. Zoning is res. And then 0343 023 001070. Okay, so there is 2 floors. And let's see, how many rooms total was there? 6. Okay. I apologize, I don't have my second screen at home with me, so I'm having to go back and forth between my phone. So let's go ahead and fill out the schools. It's Deep Creek, Middle, Elementary, and High. So Deep Creek, Deep Creek, Deep Creek. And then we can skip over media because we're not uploading any photos or anything right now. We can go right over to sellers, and then you just you're going to select person individuals because it's not a business or anything that's listing the home. So Eric Ross Miller, and then you can just use property address, and then add another seller. You're going to select person individuals again, and then put in Kate S. Miller and use property address as her address. And then that's all you do. You're going to go down to the bottom and save as draft. Make sure that you select shared draft, that way the other girls can see it. Otherwise, if you save it as a private draft, then only you will have access to it. So you save it, okay? And then it'll bring you to this screen and this little drop down menu. If you want to scroll down to draft listings, it'll be right there. You can click on it, and then you can print listing without the map and media. Select print, it's save as PDF. Save, RUEN, street dash draft. You're going to save, and then we can log out of this. Go back to BrokerMint, go ahead and upload. Alrighty, so we're going to go over to the front desk new listing checklist. So right here, we're going to upload the Rein draft. And it looks like this one is going live on Tuesday. So you want to scroll down to check draft for accuracy. It's assigned to Donia, but there is no deadline date, so she doesn't get a notification until we go in and assign a date for it. So it's going live on Tuesday, and we want to make sure we have all the correct information. So we're going to try for Friday and then save. And now she will get a notification that it needs to be done. And that is how you do a draft.